Meditation just has allowed me to see myself as I really am, which is just simply awareness. Also helped me be able to differentiate what my thoughts are and maybe what I'm struggling with and what I need to be working on. That I am so separate from my mind to not judge myself. Is just being an observer and just allowing things to be as they are. There's things that come up for me that help me realize, like, oh, I'm still struggling with my ego, or oh, I'm still not trusting, or I'm still in fear and worried about what this and this and this is gonna happen. These thoughts that I'm having, they're not really me. I posted a video yesterday about meditation, and I wanted to dive deeper into different types of meditation that has benefited me or that I have experienced that I really enjoyed. So the first meditation that I touched on in my last video was guided meditations. I personally feel like these are the, I don't know, like the kindergarten, the baby step. Like, I feel like this is just like the first piece of meditation that a lot of people journey down is guided meditations, just because it helps you, it's guided. So somebody who's brand new, that knows nothing about meditation, they don't know what they're supposed to be focusing on or what's supposed to be happening in their brain, guided meditation is a really great place to start. You then can go into maybe like sound healing or sound baths, which I touched on as well, which I personally love. Sound baths and sound healing. There's all of the science behind the frequency of the actual sounds and what it does to our bodies. Our bodies are primarily water. So you can do all of the research into the science behind water and frequencies and all of that. But sound healing is amazing, super relaxing. Again, to me, that was a really great place for me to start with my meditation practice, was with guided meditations and sound healings. So jumping forward to some other options, some other things that I know have been really beneficial for me or for others is Vipassana meditation, or some people call it mindfulness. This type of meditation is what I personally feel like shifted my entire perspective on everything. I went to a Vipassana retreat, which they have them all over the world, and they are typically, they should be, if they're like held correctly, they are donation based, and they're typically 9-day silent retreat with 14 hours of meditation every day. So when I learned about Vipassana, mindfulness meditation, that's what actually shifted and changed my life. Basically the point of Vipassana and mindfulness, in my opinion, to my understanding, is just being an observer and just allowing things to be as they are. And what that means in a nutshell to me is during Vipassana, you're supposed to be, or mindfulness meditation, you're supposed to be just being aware, and that's it. So what I learned was to focus on a spot that was 2 inches below my belly button and just focus on the rising and falling of my breath at that spot in my body. And what that helped me do is really pick a point on my body to focus on. And naturally, what happens when you are going into meditation is things come up. You might get distracted. You might go down a thought. You may be in some thoughts for maybe 5 or 10 minutes and not even realize that you're in some thoughts. But the whole point is eventually you come back to awareness, come back to that spot on your body that you're focusing on, of the rising and falling. And it's just a really great opportunity to be an observer of your own thoughts. And you, at some point or another, I don't want to say quickly, but for me, it was somewhat quickly, realize that we are very separate from our thoughts. People think that, oh, I am a negative person, or, oh, I'm depressed, or whatever words you want to put on yourself, whatever label you decide that you've put on yourself. What you realize with Vipassana, with mindfulness, being in awareness, is that you are very separate from your thoughts. At a certain point during Vipassana, down that journey or mindfulness, you realize that you have awareness and that you have your thoughts, and they are two different. So that's actually what helped me realize, what helped actually allow me to practice the concept that I was not actually really depressed. I don't actually really have anxiety. I'm not actually really bipolar. All of these labels that we put on ourselves, or we allow people to put on ourselves, in my opinion, in my journey at this point in time, I just don't personally feel like we actually have those labels, because if you're able to capture the essence of what your awareness is and what your thoughts are, you realize very quickly that your thoughts are just a commercial that's playing in your brain, whether it be a commercial from the types of friends that we hang out with, or the media that we consumed, or our parents, or our religion, or where we're from. These thoughts that we're constantly having about things that maybe we need to accomplish, or maybe we're not feeling we're good enough in that area, or maybe we feel like we're not satisfied with this certain thing in our life. Like, all of those things are actually just programmed thoughts that we don't even really realize that we're having until you're able to separate this awareness and your thoughts. So Vipassana, mindfulness meditation, is actually what truly changed my life, because I just was able to see everything for what it really is. And I'm just a form of awareness. I am not these thoughts that I have. And oftentimes these thoughts are just programmed things that are in us already. So the next type of meditation I'll dive into is meta manifestation meditation. And this is used a lot with people that are trying to heal themselves of something, whether it be physical, mentally, emotionally, heal themselves of something, somebody who's trying to accomplish something. Meta manifestation is a really great tool to use if you are trying to accomplish something. I'm sure most of you guys have heard at this point in your lives that our brain is extremely powerful. There are lots of studies that have shown people that have physically healed their bodies from just doing meta manifestation. People that have had spinal cord injuries, or people, I don't know, there's a lot. If you haven't looked into Joe Dispenza, he's a author, he's a scientist, he's a lot of different things. But he is really big about meta manifestation and healing ourselves, whether it be trauma or physical things. He personally healed himself of a spinal cord injury, I think it was, and was supposed to never walk again. And he just, instead of getting surgery, just meditated for like 9 months, I think, and was able to heal himself. So definitely meta manifestation, I think, is really great. I personally was practicing Vipassana meditation in the morning, and then I was practicing meta manifestation in the evening time. And I was primarily focusing on calling in healing to my body, and also calling in like financial abundance. So personally, I have dabbled in meta manifestation, and I definitely think that if you are super consistent with it, it's anything is possible. So we've gone over guided meditation, sound healing or sound baths, Vipassana, mindfulness meditation, also meta manifestation meditation. Another practice that I have done would be like, I don't know if it's what you would say like imagery, but basically focusing on something, like putting yourself into a specific environment. Like, say you're imagining that you are on a beach somewhere, and you're really, really focusing on that. And so doing that, or you can also, like, there was a time that I was in one of my trainings in Thailand that our instructor was like guiding us through a meditation about, like, guiding us through a meditation about, like, being able, like, what a lemon tasted like. And it was super interesting because while she was doing that, my teacher in Thailand was guiding us through a meditation, and basically the point of the meditation was to show us how powerful our thoughts were. And the first part of what she did is she started to describe this, like, imagine you're somewhere, I don't know, she was like saying like a beach, and she was describing this beach and how there's nobody there and how it was super peaceful and you felt so happy and you were warm and you felt the skin or the wind on your skin and all of that. So she was describing this place, and it was really easy to get into that place just the way that she was describing it. And then she was talking about, you know, seeing a group of people, we don't know who it is, you come up on those people and come to find out it's like your most favorite people in the world. And it was interesting because I started bawling, crying during that experience because I was just so happy to be with the people that I loved the most. Some of the people that I loved the most are no longer here anymore. So that was really interesting. And then the next exercise with like imagery is she was having us imagine that we were like biting into a lemon. So she was like describing this lemon and how it was cold on our hand and how we cut into it and how the juice was coming out of it and how we pick it up and put it into our mouth and how we had the sour acidic taste in our mouth. And after that little exercise, she went around the room, and pretty much everyone in the room said that their mouth started like watering, or they started to feel like the tingy taste like in their mouth that you get from having like really acidic things. But basically the point of it is that like imagery, how it can affect our body either positively or negatively. And so there are different types of meditation that you can do that's specifically imagery, and just focus on whatever it is that you're trying to accomplish, whether it be healing or whether it be trying to find peace and tranquility. There was a point in time when I was doing, it was like a mixture of meta manifestation and also imagery, but I was imagining what it would feel like to be somebody who had a healthy, perfect body. And obviously that comes into play with like some of my health stuff that I've dealt with. So I was imagining how it would feel to just wake up and be like, I am perfect, I am like optimal, nothing is wrong with me, all of that. So that was a really powerful meditation for me, because I, in my mind, am training my body to know that it is perfect just the way that it is. So that is something like imagery meditation is really powerful too. I feel like it kind of goes hand in hand with meta manifestation depending on what you're doing with it. And then you have breath work, which breath work, some people wouldn't say is a meditation, but I personally view it as a meditation. I don't know a ton about breath work, but I do know that it has a whole bunch of physical benefits to our bodies, but also it helps us get into a really deep like mind frame. When I was like doing my studies in Thailand, there was a lot of people that before our morning Vipassana meditation, people would come in and do breath work even before the meditation. And it just helps people fall into a really deep state of whatever it is, like gratitude, or helps them like tap into getting to this really deep meditative state, along with all of the physical benefits that breath work has for you, whether it be like regulating like your blood circulation, or helping detoxify some of your organs, or helping with, I don't know, there's so many different like benefits with breath work. I don't know that much about it, and I am going to dive deeper into it. Then the next form of meditation that I personally feel is meditation is yoga. So Western world has made yoga really be about what pretty like gymnastic looking poses you can do, or they've made it about being a workout. But in all reality, yoga's been practiced for thousands of years, and it really was, to my understanding from my teachers, it really was designed for us to tap into our bodies and be more centered within ourselves. So the way that yoga has really helped shaped my mind and helped me with like being in a meditative state is that in your yoga practice, something that if you're going to a teacher that has more of like the traditional philosophies of it, they always tell you to focus on your mat and not to look around at other people, just focus on your mat. They always tell you not to judge yourself and where your body's at. Oftentimes they have you close your eyes and you're just kind of in flow with like your body. And all of those things are teaching us things about our lives. So yoga has definitely, I consider yoga meditative and a meditation, not so much at all about physical, like working out, but it's just, yoga's taught me so much about being concerned with what I am today and not being judging of if my body is not doing what it could do yesterday or not being able, or if it hurts today. Just, it helped me be a lot more in tune with my body and also not judge my body. Yoga also helped me realize that I don't need to be concerned about anybody else's mat, which is like, I don't need to be concerned about anybody else's life. I just need to be concerned about my life and my journey. And yoga really, really helped me with that. Yoga helped me be more like, yoga has a mix of like the breath work and the meditation, because you are supposed to be doing a certain type of breathing whenever you are going through your yoga practice. And that helps you stay in tune with your body as well. So yoga kind of encompasses a lot of different things. So I think that if people are interested in getting into meditation or diving deep into their own inner work, meditation or yoga is really great because it kind of brings up a lot of like the breath work aspect of it, the meditative, like focusing solely on what you're doing and not focusing on anything else, not focusing on your day yesterday or what you have in store for you in the future. Yoga is just really helping you stay present, stay grounded, and encompasses just being connected to your body. So yoga is, I think, a really great place to start for people that are trying to tap into this inner knowing, trying to tap into their wellness or spirituality. Yoga is great. And luckily, since like the West has wanted to take it on as like working out, a lot of people, yoga is a lot more like accepted by people too. So these are the meditations that I would say I've tapped into the most. There is another meditation that I was doing that was super powerful called Ho'oponopono, and I guess it's a Hawaiian meditation. And it's basically focused on forgiving either yourself or healing somebody else. There's 4 sentences that you say over and over, and you pick somebody in your life. I believe it's thank you, I love you, please forgive me, and I can't remember the other one. But there's 4 statements that you're saying over and over and over again, and you're focusing on a specific person, and whether it's yourself or somebody else. And that meditation was super helpful for me, for myself, like for me forgiving myself for just things that I've done, choices I've done, the type of person that I had been, and or other people. There have been people in my life that I feel at certain points in my journey I felt have wronged me. Now I look at it more so that they were just a piece of my journey and that it was all super necessary. So the Ho'oponopono meditation helped me by realizing that, just by helping me like find peace and love and light with myself or somebody else that I feel like maybe negative feelings towards, or somebody else that I feel just kind of, I still have like a sting when I think about them or hear their name or any of that. So yeah, Ho'oponopono was really, really beneficial because you're over and over and over again saying like, thank you for your role in my life. Thank you for like your piece of my journey. I forgive you. I forgive you for whatever it is. Also, please forgive me. That's the other piece of it. Please forgive me, because we all play a role in everything, no matter what, whether it's our self-betrayal or our decision to overlook things, or whether more than likely we probably did something not amazing in their journey. But so it's thank you, I forgive you, please forgive me, and I love you. And so doing the Ho'oponopono meditation and focusing either on myself or on somebody in my life has been super helpful, because it's just really bringing in a lot of love and light into your life around either yourself or somebody else that you just feel like you're having a hard time moving past. So that was a lot of meditations. I highly suggest diving into any of these meditations. I kind of touched on like how the guided meditations and the yoga are really great places to start if you're trying to go down a meditation journey. But also I highly suggest looking into other forms of meditation. There's a lot of other forms that are originated from all different types of religions, all different types, all different places all over the world. There's a lot. These are just some of the things that I have focused on. And I will say still that Vipassana mindfulness meditation helped me so much just be able to realize that I am so separate from my mind, to not judge myself, not judge myself, and to also realize that these thoughts that I'm having, they're not really me. I am, yes, there's things that come up for me that help me realize like, oh, I'm still struggling with my ego, or oh, I'm still not trusting, or I'm still in fear and worried about what this and this and this is going to happen. So Vipassana meditation just has allowed me to see myself as I really am, which is just simply awareness. And it's also helped me be able to differentiate what my thoughts are and maybe what I'm struggling with and what I need to be working on. So I hope this helps. I hope I was able to dive into some different meditations for you. And please let me know what other videos that you're interested in learning about with my journey. And also, I am in a place now that I have been working with people one-on-one or in group settings, whether it be with meditation or yoga. I am yoga certified, whether it be with yoga, also with mindfulness, with food and detoxification. I am newly certified with Dr. Morris for detoxification, helping people regenerate their health through natural things that come from the ground. So yes, I am helping people one-on-one in group settings. I have a membership, a monthly membership too. And I also am releasing free content as well through podcasts and YouTube and my Instagram and all of that. So I'm so excited. Thank you so much for staying tuned to my journey and allowing me to share with you some of the things that I've learned along the way to help you down your journey. So have a great day.